Welcome to another episode of Outdoor Nation TV. Last week you seen Kristen and I hunting with Huntline TV up in central Missouri, and we're going to kind of follow that along with an extension, and we're going to be with Huntline TV again, this time in South Texas, chasing mule deer, javelina, whitetail, predators, you name it, it's going to be in this show, and there's so much that we couldn't fit it into one part. So this is going to be a two-part series. South Texas, some deer are going to hit the ground.
America, the world's ultimate refuge for freedom and opportunity. But in a nation so deeply divided, it is important to remember we still have so much in common. We will always have our love of God, country, family, and the great outdoors. Here, everyone is welcome. Here, we truly are one nation. Welcome to our show. We love our country. We love the outdoors. We are proud to be called Americans. We are one.
Well, hunting whitetail all my life, I knew that I wanted a mule deer. And when Sam and I started looking at hunts, we landed South Texas Greasewood Country Outfitters. And I was more excited about this trip just to spend a little time in camp with Sam. My personality when it comes to hunting is the bigger the group, the better. I don't like going by myself and coming back to camp and not having anybody to share the stories with. So going with Sam is going to kind of check a couple boxes in my opinion, mule deer and camaraderie on the hunt.
Oh, look, deer. Those are mule deer. Yeah. How come I can't see them? Oh, yeah. Good job getting them on camera guy. Hey.
So being my first time mule deer hunting, I definitely wanted to capture this the best we could. And so we brought along Dallas Lang, our buddy, to be the cameraman. He wanted a little bit more training behind the lens, and so we were going to give him the opportunity. We arrived at the lodge, met Greg, and immediately went to the trail cam pics. And Greg has these deer located. So that evening, we're headed out right away.
I'm ready. Do it. Texas style.
Like I mentioned earlier, Greasewood Country Outfitters is an outfitter in South Texas, 115,000 acre, altogether free range ranch. And we knew going into this hunt by talking to Greg that this was a first year deer operation. And so that didn't scare us too much, because what he led up with was this place has not been hunted for deer in over 6 years. So you know what that comes. It comes with big deer, old deer, and unpressured. So when we were headed out to the blind that evening, the anticipation level was high.
First night here at Greasewood Country Outfitters. We're in South Texas, a place I've wanted to hunt for a long time.
This is my first ever experience with an outfitter for deer.
Dallas behind the camera. We're packed in here like sardines, but we got a ways until dark, so we'll see what happens.
It's time. They had some rain move through today. We're gonna get the Bowtech in here and see what it can do.
Have you heard anything I've said today?
It's not about the destination. It's about the reach, the try, the drive, the chase. And it's about who walks beside you in your journey, who's there with you as you take your shot and make your run.
Welcome to Shawnee Feed Center. You want muck boots? We got them. You want Carhartt gear? We got them.
Vet supplies.
We got that too. We've got livestock feed that's made here locally since 1906. Dog food, pet food, we got that too. We got tons of it, literally. Seed and fertilizer, we got that too. We have cone seeders, we have discs, we have rototillers. So come and see us here at Shawnee Feed Center. We have everything that you need.
Call Firelake Designs today and let us help you with your next project. 405-878-8770.
Randy's Tire and Alignment has been locally owned and operated in Shawnee for over 20 years. We are known for our great customer service and high quality work at a fair price. Randy's Tire and Alignment can do more than just tires, as we provide a wide range of auto repairs. Even though Randy has sold the business to the Jeff Barnett family, he is still involved and knows Jeff will continue to provide the same great quality service for many years to come.
First night here at Greasewood. This is my first ever experience with an outfitter for deer. Our focus here is a mule deer, a Southwest Texas mule deer. I've never hunted mule deer before. We've got some feeders here. We've also got some spot and stock hunting we're gonna be doing during the middle of the day. We also have whitetail here, and our tag's good for both. So with any luck this week, we're gonna double down mule deer and whitetail, and we're gonna have a really good hunt. I'm excited to be down here, 14 hours from home. It's time. They had some rain move through today. We're gonna get the Bowtech in here and see what it can do. Frickin' ready. Jared, that was for you.
First night here at Greasewood Country Outfitters. We're in South Texas, a place I've wanted to hunt for a long time. We got out here to the blind a little bit late because of the rain, but there was already 5 nice bucks on this feeder. And we come in here, sit down, got quiet. Got Greg here in the blind with us. I don't know how to judge these mule deer, so he's gonna help us out and see what's a shooter, what's not a shooter. I've got the bow up in the corner, and I think it's gonna be a good night. I've never tagged out on the first evening, but this is a better chance than we've ever had. My first ever mule deer hunt, first ever mule deer. Dallas behind the camera. We're packed in here like sardines. But we gotta wait until dark, so we'll see what happens.
Like I said in the beginning of the episode, everybody has a different hunting style. Some people kind of want to sit back and weigh their options, and some people are just going to shoot the first deer that they see. And so that night, I was weighing my options, but Sam, he seen a buck and he was going to let an arrow fly. Well, this is the first hunt of the season for Sam and I, and you know, you always have to shoot your bow during the summer, but that isn't always the case, and build up your strength and practice. And Sam had to hold this bow at full draw to wait for that doe to clear, wait till the fawn to clear, and when the shot presented itself, he was going to let the lighted knot fly.
It doesn't look like your typical zero-turn mower, because nothing about this mower is typical. You're looking at a zero-turn revolution, the all-new Ultima series from Cub Cadet, independently tested and proven to deliver a best-in-class cut, not to mention a best-in-class warranty to deliver the ultimate peace of mind. Step up to the ultimate all-around mowing experience.
You know, it's been said, if you're not reaching back to help someone, you're not building your legacy.
Rainmaker's legacy began with our grandfather, then our father, who taught us success is more than just making money. It's about the relationships and making a difference.
We hope that when we give back to our community, we impact people's lives, improve their future, and our values are passed down to our children. Hopefully, we inspire other people to invest in our community.
Fire Lake gives back to the United Way of Pottawatomie County, which helps support 23 nonprofit agencies throughout our entire community.
Fire Lake gives back to North Rock Creek Public Schools in Pottawatomie County and allows us to purchase spiral hams at a discounted rate to help our baseball program with fundraising.
Fire Lake gives back to the Shawnee Kiwanis Club to help make our annual Pancake Feed a success and allows us to improve the world one child and one community at a time.
Fire Lake Discount Foods, your community grocer, making a difference.
It's not about the destination. It's about the reach, the try, the drive, the chase. And it's about who walks beside you in your journey, who's there with you as you take your shot and make your run.
And Sam had to hold this bow at full draw to wait for that doe to clear, wait till the fawn to clear, and when the shot presented itself, he was going to let the lighted knot fly.
God, buddy, give me some of that. That was awesome. Mule deer in the books here at Greasewood, first night. It took all year last year to get a kill with this new bow tech. Takes second stand of the year this year. That's the way to lead off. We're gonna have a good weekend this weekend, boys. He ain't big, but he's craggy. Just crazy character. I've never seen a mule deer like that. And he is down right over there. Just a wrangly old Texas desert muley now. I mean, velvet still hanging. Just got some mass up high. He's just craggy. I mean, that's just craggy. And that's a perfect deer to get out of here. Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Well, Sam didn't waste any time. We sat in the blind that first evening, saw 29 bucks, and he knocked down the first one he seen, and Guess he had no clue that there was about 28 more on top of that hill that were just a little bit bigger than the one he got.
But we're still kind of in this COVID state of being grounded and not being able to get out there and do the topics we like. But I wanted to hint on one thing in this episode. You've heard me mention it, free range, and you'll probably hear me mention it again. But my opinion is, why do we always got to justify that we're not hunting high fence? Why do we always got to say that it's free range, low fence, unpressured, all that stuff? And in this situation, it was free range. We just wanted to come up here and shoot this quick video to tell you that this is not a high fence operation. This is a low fence made for cattle. I'm about 5'9", so this fence right here is about 5 foot. Deer can easily jump over this fence. This feeder and this blind just happens to be in a great spot where we can see a lot of mule deer. We were celebrating because Sam had a buck down, but when I told him that we had seen 29 bucks in that first night, he kind of had that little bit of regret to shooting the first buck that he's seen. But good thing about this hunt was he could move on to whitetail because we got a tag for each. You're gonna see in this episode, part 1, part 2, you're gonna see a feeder in most shots. There is not much for these deer to eat, and so supplemental feeding goes a long way. And I seen those 29 bucks that first night, but I did see a big, mature, tall 8-point mule deer that I wanted to shoot. And so my week was going to be encompassed into getting that deer and that deer only.
We just had a few bucks leave. They're walking over there, back to the west. And we've got the buck that I'm after coming into the feeder right now. Tall, 8-point, here he comes. We'll try to get a shot right now.
You know, it's been said, if you're not reaching back to help someone, you're not building your legacy.
Rainmaker's legacy began with our grandfather, then our father, who taught us success is more than just making money. It's about the relationships and making a difference.
We hope that when we give back to our community, we impact people's lives, improve their future, and our values are passed down to our children. Hopefully, we inspire other people to invest in our community.
I came to Oklahoma Family Dentistry because I had an ill-fitting partial. I was extremely ashamed of my appearance and my smile. My first visit, I came in tears, and I was reassured by Dr. Hall about how everything was going to be okay. They was going to be able to help me. I just feel beautiful.
I'm Barrett Hall with Oklahoma Family Dentistry. We provide affordable, compassionate care for you and your family.
Call Fire Lake Designs today and let us help you with your next project. 405-878-8770.
We just had a few bucks leave. They're walking over there, back to the west. And we've got the buck that I'm after coming into the feeder right now. Tall, 8 point. Here he comes. I'm gonna try to get a shot right now.
Day 2 at Greasewood. Greg and I are walking in. Today we've switched over to Whitetail. Jared's still on the west side of the road, hunting that big mule he saw last night. We got a nice 10-pointer coming into this spot, so never know, we might be tagged out tonight.
So talking about feeders are not always beneficial. You know, in this circumstance, the past 2 hunts, the feeder has saved this buck's life. And just when I thought I was gonna get a shot, several Javalinas came in and ran this buck off of the feeder. And so I'm gonna take my stress out on a filthy rodent. While I'm taking my stress out that evening on a Javalina, Sam is after a whitetail, and they're in a different part of the ranch in a blind. And I don't know if he has a horseshoe or a rabbit's foot in his pocket, but not 30 minutes into the evening, big old 10-point stepped out and is staring him right into the blind. 30 yards, but you're gonna have to wait till next episode to see what happens on that deer. Well, the third morning, you know where I'm going. I'm going back to the same blind. I'm setting up residency in this blind. They're gonna have to name it after me because I am not leaving until I get this 8-point on the ground. And I didn't have to wait long. Look over to my left, Dallas is looking out the window, and he says, here he comes, straight into the feeder. Smoked him, didn't I? Smoked him, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Go down, and we are going to be tagged out. Go down, baby. Go down. He's down. Oh my God. Dallas, we did it, baby. We did it. That right there is my first mule deer, and he is a stud. And I want to tell you right now, we're in South Texas, and they hunt over feeders. No matter what you may think, that deer was shot underneath a feeder. But he's going on my wall, he's going in my freezer, and I'm proud of him. I don't care. I've got to thank everybody here at Greasewood Country Outfitters. Wow. Oh my God. Look at the mass on this deer. Greasewood Country Outfitters. This is their first year in operation, and they didn't disappoint. They've got tons of deer up here, and you should come check them out. What an awesome experience. Well, with 2 mule deer on the ground and a javelina or 2, this episode was full of excitement, and it's not done yet. We'll see you next week.
We got our javelina. I had to get out of here before they attack us. We're gonna get on top of that thing with the spotlight and the varmint collar, and we're gonna shoot some fox for you off there with bows. And that would be cool.
We were running low on water and the heat's getting to us.
I misjudged him a little bit. So we think we don't have video of it.